This is the JMS LaunchMAX Digital TransBrake Kit for 2011 to 2017 V6 and GT Mustangs that have the 6R80 transmission.
This TransBrake is all digital, it has no moving parts, and because of that, it has a very fast module, and it's even less likely to fail or malfunction. It has a waterproof design so it can live under the car, and it can be activated by either a ground or a 12-volt source, which makes it compatible with a wider range of two-steps, nitrous, and boost controllers, and it costs just over $200. For those of you that don't know, you're gonna be shopping for a TransBrake if you're an avid drag racer and you're looking to lower your 60-foot times and get that racing edge. The TransBrake will allow you to stall or hold your car on the line and bring the car to a nice RPM in order to launch it better. This is especially beneficial to boosted applications. The install for this is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should take about an hour to wire into the car. There are a few things to talk about with this TransBrake, but the biggest I would say is that this is the first digital TransBrake for the 6R80 Trans, and that's big news for those of you that are in the market for a TransBrake. Of course, there are a couple of different ways a TransBrake can work. All that's happening is the driver is activating the TransBrake by applying an electrical current to a solenoid at the transmission, and there is more than one way to do that. JMS does it all digitally, which means that this has no moving parts in it. Moving parts can fail, and this also doesn't have any relays either, which also fail. This being 100% digital eliminates those soft fail points in the traditional TransBrakes, and it makes for an extremely fast release time. You get the faster release time because there are no moving parts, it's all digitally controlled. JMS says that this is designed to be reliable and robust. This is all contained in a waterproof, vibration-resistant case. This makes it great for daily drivers and street cars that see more than drag strip time. This is a splice-in unit, so there will be wiring with this. It's not extensive, but you do need to tap into 2 wires. The other thing to consider is that you will need to pick up the momentary switch that's going to activate the TransBrake. The good thing about that is that you're free to choose your own type of switch. You aren't locked in anything specific, and you can use what works best for you. This TransBrake is flexible too. You can activate it in 2 different ways depending on your setup or future plans. This can be ground activated or 12-volt source activated. You want to wire this using a ground activation if your 2-step nitrous or boost controller requires a ground to activate. Wire using a 12-volt activation if your 2-step nitrous or boost controller requires a 12-volt source to activate. It's nice that you have this flexibility and that the TransBrake will work in a few different situations, not just one. One more thing to point out here is that this TransBrake does not increase the line pressure in the transmission. This helps relieve some of the internal damage that's done to a transmission over time as you use the TransBrake more and more. Instead of gradually transmitting torque throughout the TransBrake will allow you to apply it all at once, which can be hard on the transmission. It's perfect for racing, but of course, there is some wear and tear that comes along with that. Lastly, you have to keep in mind your converter. If you're running the stock trans and stock converter, you're going to be able to hold the car somewhere between 2,000 and 2,200 RPM, let the button go, and launch from there. If you wanted a higher launch RPM, just keep in mind that you will also need to add a higher stall converter. The stock components won't allow you to launch any higher, so just keep that in mind. When it comes to the install, you can expect a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and to spend an hour of your time. Basically, what you're looking at doing is cutting 2 factory wires, connecting the factory wires to the JMS unit, connecting a 12-volt key on power and ground, and then connecting a momentary push-button switch to ground. The push button will activate the TransBrake. You'll disconnect the battery and the top ECU connector. Unwrap some of the tape so you can tap into the wires. Locate the 2 transmission wires to cut. Depending on what your Mustang you have, you'll be cutting different wires and looking at different connectors. The instructions will tell you exactly which 2 wires you need to be looking for. You'll solder the ECU wires to the LaunchMAX harness and connect the LaunchMAX to a 12-volt key on power to ground. Then you'll connect the device to one side of the momentary switch and the other side to ground. Now, if you have a 2-step, you'll have another step. You'll connect the JMS to the 2-step activation too. Use electrical tape to insulate all connections, reconnect the ECU plug in the battery, and after that, you can test the JMS. You can just turn the key on and make sure the green LED is on, and when the momentary switch is pressed, the red LED should come on. When the red LED is on, the TransBrake is enabled.
Okay, so once again, guys, this is the JMS LaunchMAX Digital TransBrake Kit for the 2011 to 2017 GT and V6 Mustangs with the 6R80 transmission.
As always, you can check it out more online, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.